What's going on, Bear Fam? Welcome to another Den Powwow. So today's topic is going to be relationships. The reason I chose this topic was because, I felt it was something we could all talk about and something you guys can maybe interact with in the comments and maybe we can get conversations going. Please remember that everything that I say here is completely opinionated. So if you hear anything that you're kind of like on, of course, let me know in the comments, but keep it civil. It is all just a powwow where we all just discuss it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start off with actually me and McKenna's relationship. So how long have we been together? Well, we've been together for about going on 4 years. In those 4 years, we've gone on so many adventures. It's insane. And yeah, we've been together for 4 years and we're excited to move on to the 5th and 6th and much more. So what's my opinion on healthy relationships? So in a relationship, it's no secret that communication, trust, and dedication are 3 key things to a relationship. You have to be able to trust your partner. If you do not trust your partner, then obviously that's going to cause issues in the future because that's what leads to accusations of infidelity or other similar instances. Dedication, I say that because a relationship takes a lot of work. You have to put the time and effort into that relationship. If you have a partner, it can't be one-sided. Because if it's one-sided, obviously that partner's going to feel like they're putting all the work in and they're not getting anything in return. And most people don't want a one-sided relationship. Healthy relationships can be a very broad term because there's so much that goes into a relationship. Because everybody has differences and opinions on that. You could call a healthy relationship a couple who never talks about their feelings but they are always happy together. Some people think that as unhealthy. It's kind of such a broad subject to talk about. But in my opinion, a healthy relationship is with someone you can trust. You guys need to communicate properly, and just be yourself around them. If you feel like you need to be someone that you're not with that person, then obviously there's a personality issue that I feel that person needs to figure out before they get into a relationship. Here's another topic is, are you ready for a relationship? Again, I can't tell you whether you guys are ready or not, but the way that I look at it is, if you're ready, you guys need to understand yourself as a person. You guys need to be in tune with your own feelings, and you need to understand how you feel and what you want in a relationship. Because some people, they rush into relationships and they don't really understand themselves very well. And so that can cause a lot of conflict in the relationship, because if you don't know what you want and you're getting with someone that doesn't have what you want, but you don't know, then you may not be fully 100% happy. And the whole point of a relationship is to be with someone that you can have similar interests with, be yourself with, and just be happy. If you are dealing with some, I guess, personality issues, if you're having issues trying to figure yourself out, maybe it might be better to put that off to the side, or put a relationship off to the side. Maybe just take some time for yourself and then come back to that subject. And whether or not you're ready, again, that's completely up to you. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's making you get into a relationship. But just remember that it does take a lot of work and effort. Listening and communication. So listening to your partner is very important. And I know it can be very hard, as well as with communication in relationships, because, both sides can be very opinionated or very, I can't think of the word now. Strong-willed. And so obviously listening can be hard sometimes, especially if you don't like hearing what they're saying. But obviously listening is a major part of that relationship. Even if you don't like hearing what they're saying, you need to work on just listening to them, thinking about what they're saying, really taking it to heart, and take it with a grain of salt. And so communication, my advice on communication is it's key. And I say this all the time. You can ask McKenna. I've ran servers before. Communication is always key. You guys need to understand that if you don't communicate with your partner how you're feeling, if you don't communicate, just about anything with your partner, you can't have, in my opinion, a healthy relationship. Communication is one of the most important things next to trust. And it's just important. And so if you guys don't have the communication aspect and the listening aspect, it's something you guys can work on. Maybe practice sitting down with each other, talking about things that may bother you, maybe not anything major, just, small things here and there, and just practice listening to that person and trying to figure out some way that, a remedy that both of you can be happy with. Oh God, this topic, long distance. So my opinion on long distance is it can work very well if you are willing to make it work. And the way that I see it is the reason a lot of long distance relationships don't work is because a lot of people need that physical aspect. They need the physical affection. And if they don't get that for months and months and months, then of course people may start to think that the relationship is, some people think it's not worth it. But it does take a lot of hard work and dedication as well. Long distance relationships are probably one of the more harder relationships to deal with, but they can also be very fun. You guys can talk about what to look forward to. You guys can make plans. You guys can, do things. And the great thing about today's world is technology is our friend right now. You can go on your phone and FaceTime them anytime you want, or video chat, Facebook chat, anything. You can send pictures to them 24/7. You can talk about them on social medias. Technology has really assisted with this online relationship thing, and it's made it easier for couples to be able to get through that. Yeah, I know. Me and McKenna went through it for, I want to say, about 3 or 4 months. So, and we'll get into that when I tell you guys a story about us. Our story will kind of sum up this whole topic. Now, putting time in is kind of the same with long distance. It's very similar to actually everything we've kind of talked about at this point. You have to put time into the relationship. If you are long distance, obviously you need to I guess I don't know how to explain it. You need to put the time in. You need to put the effort in. Don't just text somebody, okay, don't give them one word answers. It's just not going to work. If you're working a full-time job, you've got pets, you're hanging with your family a lot, and you've got no time to even do a relationship, then maybe it may be time to just put that off to the side until you can put the time in, because having a partner is very, very time-consuming in a good way. They are your partner, and if you plan on being with them, they're going to expect the same as you expect, is you want time and effort to be put into you and them. Always remember that it's a two-sided coin. Relationships are not just one person puts something in, the other person doesn't, and it works out. It doesn't work like that. An analogy that I could say that I could give you guys to kind of do is think of two glass cups. One is full, the other one is not. You can feel the weight difference on your hand with the full one, right? So if you do this, okay, the weight difference with the one that's full is going to be down more, right? Here's the one that has nothing. If you pour half of it into that cup on the other one, they're both the same weight, and therefore they're both easier to manage. If you just have one cup that's full 24/7, then that other cup just is there. There's no real depth to it. And so I know that was probably not a great analogy. I apologize. But yeah, so just to summarize this stuff up, healthy relationships take a lot of what I just talked about. They not only take listening, they take communication, they take putting the time in, the effort. If you can't do that in a relationship, it's just my opinion that you should not be in one. Having a partner can be the most amazing time, but if you don't know yourself and you don't know yourself to enough extent to be able to put that time in that they want, then it's probably not a good idea right now. So now to the fun part. Our story. Okay, our story. So originally we actually met on TikTok, of all places, which is kind of an odd place. You hear stories about people meeting like on dating apps, Tinder, all that stuff. But we met on TikTok. And so we had found each other through the videos that we made. I had liked her stuff. She had liked mine. And so we kept going back and forth on liking each other's stuff until one day, what?
We would do wedding stuff.
Yes, we would do wedding stuff, and we did a lot of videos. And I'll oh no, it's not the right TikTok. I'll post a link down in the description for this powwow if you guys want to go check out my TikTok, and then I'll put one down for her TikTok.
No, you don't gotta do that.
No?
No.
Okay. But yeah, so we met on TikTok, and then we started doing live streams together where we would video chat. So she would actually be on a video chat over here, the live stream over here, and we would be doing games and stuff. And so that essentially kind of evolved into us playing Minecraft. Was it on Xbox? Yeah.
Was it on Xbox or PC?
I think it was Xbox because I remember looking at the TV playing it. Well, regardless, we played Minecraft up until
I had my Xbox at that time.
Because we were up until like 3 or 4 in the morning playing it, like almost every night, just about. I mean, we played Minecraft. I remember us playing the Worms game, the one where you fight each other. Humans Fall Flat. That was fun. That was funny. We played a lot of games together, and we were up to like 3 or 4 in the morning. I think we actually did all-nighters almost at some points. So, yeah.
When we were young.
When we were young, which was only a little over 3 years ago. But yeah, so we met on TikTok, did the live streams, and then after a few months of it, we both agreed that we wanted to see each other in person. And so McKenna had a old 96 Ford Taurus. And now, if you guys don't know the distance from Mobile, Alabama to Casper, Wyoming, it is 25 hours.
Yeah, 25.
About 25. And so she had this 96 Ford Taurus that was leaking antifreeze. Slash coolant. And so she decided to drive from Wyoming all the way down to Alabama. Now, I was concerned with it because when we had decided that she was going to do that, I was worried because you've got this older car, it's leaking all this stuff. A lot of things could go wrong. And so my most concern was that you get stranded in the middle of nowhere and
die.
No, but you would be stranded and we couldn't get to you very quickly. And so she did the drive in 2 days. A little less actually. I don't think it was a two full days, was it?
I don't remember.
Because you stopped. So she had stopped at a truck stop one night. What? Oh. So yeah, she had stayed at a hotel, and she didn't stay long at it. I think.
I didn't.
No, she only stayed a few hours, I believe, and then she decided to head on in. Well, when she finally got here, we decided okay, when you get here, I'll meet you at Cookout. And so the first time we actually ever met and looked at each other was at the Cookout up here. And that was an awesome night. I gotta be honest. That was pretty amazing. And then that's when the reality hit of our living situation. So
We
after
were on a
that,
tiny bed.
we were on a tiny cot, a twin-sized cot that where I also had a roommate in the room. It was a studio apartment where it was just one big room, little tiny, not even a kitchen. It was a mini fridge, a sink, and that was
They
really.
didn't even have a mini fridge, did they?
Yeah.
There was a full-size fridge.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you remember, if you walked past the sink, towards the back sink, like where the bathroom stuff was, and then turned, there was that. Yeah, right there.
There was a fridge, and they had a bathroom in there. But I was sharing a room with my roommate Terry at the time. Which, long story short, on him, didn't like him. But we were sharing the room, and we were on that cot, both of us. I'm 6'7", almost 6'8". She's 5'1", and we're on this tiny cot that's probably this wide in total. What would you say about this wide? A little more?
Cot? A little more.
Okay.
Probably about your knee width right now.
So, yeah. So,
You just shrunk it again.
It was not big.
Very small.
Very small. And so, yeah, we were on that for about a year.
Yeah, a little less.
A little less, but it was just about a year.
Then we went to the other apartment.
Then we went to another apartment.
Also had a roommate.
He kind of kept to himself. Wasn't very cognizant, wasn't very respectful of our stuff. We would find all of our stuff being used and things of that nature. Which, it's not a big deal if you have experienced a roommate and stuff. It's
like, if you use our stuff, that's fine. Just wash it and put it back where you
right, but he never talked to us. He always would take our food. He would, he just wouldn't talk to us. There was no communication. And when I would try to talk to him, all I'd get is like one or two worded answers. And so it wasn't a great situation as well. We were there for another year. So we spent a year at the dorm, spent a year at this apartment. Then we decided, hey, we're going to get this other apartment where we don't even have a roommate. It's just us. And so that's where we're at now.
When you got that roommate, we weren't even aware you were getting that roommate either.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. We weren't aware we were getting a roommate. We were moved in already. And we were just chilling one day, and it was what, like...
It was early.
It was like 6 in the morning.
It was early, and I went and answered it.
Yeah, she went and answered the door, and it was our roommate.
And his parents.
And his parents. So we're like, oh, God. And they never notified me. But we've been in this apartment for about 2 years.
This one, yeah.
And, yeah.
Way better.
We eventually hope to move up to Wyoming again. But... that's essentially our story. We met on TikTok, did long distance, pretty successfully for a bit, and
until we just couldn't stand to be apart.
Exactly. And that's another thing, going back to that relationship or long distance topic. A lot of this story has those topics in hand. It required a lot of communication, it required a lot of listening, and it required putting that time in for the long distance. And so, not every relationship is the same, guys. Keep that in mind. And it's not always going to be easy. But just know that if you keep your head up, you keep putting the time and effort into it, and just be yourself, it will be. So other than that, I think that was the story. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty good story. So if you guys like that story, put down in the comments. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns on this topic, or just want to hear my opinion on it, or if you want me to just listen to you guys on your opinions, I would love to. Please remember to keep the comment section polite, nice, courteous. I'm not really I don't want to ban people, and I don't want to mute people, but if I have to, I will, and I do have a moderator who will do it for me. So please just keep the comments section pretty nice. It's okay to say your opinion, but make sure you say it in a way that it's not just hurtful. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this powwow. It's kind of a shorter powwow because the last one was about 27 minutes. This is about 20 minutes. But hope you guys enjoyed the topic. I'm hoping next Saturday, you guys can choose the topic. I have tons more that I can do, but I want to hear what you guys want me to talk about. But other than that, go ahead and give this video a like. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok links are in the description. hope you guys enjoyed the video. And
have a bear-tastic day.
Have a bear-tastic day, guys. Have a good one.